Hi, I'm Alex.
Hey y'all, and I'm Ryan, and this is
Alex and Ryan Unscripted.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast.
Hey y'all.
Excuse our laughing in the beginning. I was really about to go crazy with the laughing. I don't even know why.
Yeah, you got to lead it back. Hold on.
I had to stop it. I was about to get carried away. And I don't even know what for.
Girl. I'm laughing at you.
Okay. So, what? A holiday just passed.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th of July. What did you do?
So we don't really celebrate the 4th for real. But we just like to, we still like to see the fireworks. But so on the 3rd, or was it the 2nd, my friend came down and she invited me to this cookout. And girl, I haven't been to a cookout in years. And y'all, come on now, who don't love a good cookout?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have the works. We just literally had some hot dogs, but that was enough for me. That was enough for me. Hot dogs, chips, and they had all types of snacks. But it was like a fellowship. It's my friend's family runs this community center, and they was having a cookout for like the family and the kids. But it's like it's a Bible based, like it's a Christian based center. But we was doing like line dances, and they had it at their house, and they have a beautiful house. Girl, when my friend was driving, I said, "We still in South Bend." Girl, I was like, "Why don't I know?" Well, I know why I don't know about these parts, but I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck?" I mean, the grass was greener, like literally.
Oh wow,
houses. I mean, great. I know we got those neighborhoods here. We do have those neighborhoods here. I'm not thinking about it, but they be tucked away. You know what I'm saying? Like behind trees. You think it's just forestry? Like no, it's houses back up in there. And they had a nice house on the lake, and I put a little bit in my blog, but yeah, and it was just a good time. And then on the 4th, me and my siblings, we didn't feel like doing nothing really. We was just kicking it. I made some ice cream French toast. Ooh. And that was actually good. Good. Yeah. Cause initially I was going to do stuffed French toast, but girl, I didn't feel like doing a thing. I said, I hope my sister don't want me to cook because I don't want to cook anything. If anything, I want us to get some wings. Like I've been really craving some, Wingstop and Wingstop ranch, girl.
I just had
you just had some Wingstop?
Yeah, last weekend.
Oh my gosh. It's like my mouth is like fixated on Wingstop chicken and ranch. They're ranch. But okay. Yeah, we was gonna do French toast, but I was like, I don't feel like doing all of that. That's just yeah. And then my sister, my oldest sister, she was like, "Oh, I saw on TikTok where they just dip it in some ice cream." And we literally just bought some cookies and cream ice cream. And I was like, okay, bet. And oh my gosh, Alex, I put so everybody's making it differently, but a lot of them just use Breyer's regular vanilla ice cream. And I was like, dang, ours got cookies in. I wanted to throw it off. But the base is vanilla ice cream. So I was like, okay, it shouldn't really matter. But I saw this guy put cinnamon powder in his ice cream. And I put the cinnamon powder in the ice cream. And I said, what is it going to taste like? Oh my gosh. The flavor, I feel like, was just enhanced.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, I may have to start eating cinnamon in my ice cream. I don't know what it was, but it just tastes so good.
Yeah.
So melt that down a little bit, and it just acts like your regular cream. And you just, that's all I did. I put the bread in that and then put butter on the thing. And and then it smells so good. Like vanilla was just filling up the kitchen. I said, oh my gosh, like this is just making me so happy. And then we ate it. My sister said it was too sweet. And I don't even like very sweet stuff, but to me it wasn't that sweet. It just tastes like vanilla bread. But it was good.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah. And then, huh?
I'm about to try it.
Yes. Oh, I meant to send it to you because I feel like you will like this. And again, I don't think you just have to do vanilla ice cream because I want to try like a raspberry, like cheesecake ice cream, something like that. I want to try different flavors because that was, and then like some of the cookies were attached to the bread. But I was just like, at restaurants, they be having all sorts of French toast.
Yes.
So, yeah. And then meal number 2, we had Italian bratwurst, girl, and I haven't had this in years, but it just brought back so many memories as a child. And just that simple meal of chips and French and onion dip, and I did the Italian bratwurst, and then like, just the fix, girl. Simple meal, but so so good.
Yeah.
And then they was doing fireworks in our backyard. Not us, but like we were seeing it from our backyard. And we went out there to go watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
It was. I feel like the whole day, or like those whole couple of days, was just nostalgia. It just made me feel like a little girl again, back in my childhood home.
I was just gonna say, I feel like sometimes like the simplest of foods be hitting, like it really be hitting. Like it's a hot dog and some chips.
Hey.
But the bread be like a little soft, a little warm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
Be good.
Ain't even gotta be brioche. Just make sure that bread is soft and not soon to be expired.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Girl, I was so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, and we watched movies together. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, what did we do? So, my aunt had like a gathering. We went there. Had like a variety of food. Like, my gosh, my uncle, he made like these like kebabs. It was a steak and potato one, and then a chicken and pineapple. My gosh, it was fire. It was so good. Like, it was really good.
It sounds good.
And then he was like, "Oh, you gotta try it with this ranch. It's like I guess like it tastes similar to like a restaurant ranch." And I'm like, "Man, let me try." I did, and I was like, "Oh, he ain't lying. Like, he's not lying." And it was so good. And then there were like hot dogs, burgers, and brats. And then like I had to make the macaroni and cheese. So there was macaroni and cheese. There was baked beans. Yeah. There were like baked beans, pasta salad. I think there's probably something else. Corn. Yeah, corn on the cob.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was.
That sounds so good.
It really was. It was mostly like their friends and then just like me and my sister, if I'm not mistaken. My cousin was there too, but he eventually left. I got this really cute picture of my daughter, and my mom saw it and like her dad, and they were both like, that deserves to be like in a kid's magazine, like with Levi for real.
Oh, send it to me.
I have to send it to you. She was on the swing and like she was like smiling, like looking up. It was really good. It's a really pretty picture.
You took it off your phone?
Yeah, off my phone. I think she had a blast. They had like a trampoline. They did have a pool, but like I didn't want her in the pool because then it's like the hassle to like get her out of the clothes, and you know what I mean. It's just a lot. So, away from the pool, they had like a little swing set. They had games and stuff. Me and my sister played. She had like this big board of like Sorry, but it's like life size, and we played that. It was pretty fun. And then that's when my daughter, she started getting a little cranky before the fireworks is hitting. It was like around It was like almost 9, maybe like 8:30, maybe it's about maybe that time. I don't know. I can't remember. And I'm like, all right, I don't have the patience anymore to keep waiting. She finna just go to bed because I can't do it. But on our way home, she did take a nap in the car. Like, actually, no, she didn't. She was screaming and crying the whole way home until we pulled into the neighborhood and she fell asleep. And I'm like, girl, just go to sleep. Just relax, calm down. I would turn the music up like loud to see if like she would stop. No, she screamed even louder. But
She said, you gonna hear me?
Yes, she do not care. So I'm like, all right, that's not working. So, but when she got out, she was like up, just up. She wanted to be up. And so we watched the fireworks at the house. We were outside.
That's what she did, Sam?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. We were outside. Like, they weren't super close, but they were close enough. And she just kept like turning her head like, oh, wow. Like, just like looking at whatever one would go off, she'll look over there. But I think it was like very overwhelming for her because she was kind of like shaking a little bit and I felt bad. So, we went inside and just looked out the window and watched him from the window in the bed. And she loved it. She didn't want to stop watching him. But that's pretty much all we did. And then she went to sleep. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And this was like really her first, like it's not her first because she was like a little baby when she first saw them. And she had like little headphones on. I thought about getting her headphones to wear, but at this age, she's not keeping them headphones on. She'll take them off. So she had to thug it out and just hear them. But I think she really enjoyed herself. She was exhausted, but it was still able to
fun. That good food.
Yeah. Yes. And she wanted to be outside, and I didn't want to be outside. I'm like, it's too hot out here, girl. We stayed inside.
At the function, or this was after?
Yeah, at the function.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. It was a nice little gathering.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So our topic for today is we're going to be talking about career transitions and the struggle of it, just everything that has to deal with career transitions and all that. But yeah, so I do want to mention this. So, I kind of did like a career, yeah, is it really a career? I guess, transition from what I went to school for to now getting into healthcare. So I went to school for apparel merchandising, so like in the fashion kind of thing, and just merchandising. It doesn't have to be fashion, just merchandising in general. But kind of switching to more of healthcare and getting into that. But now, okay, so I guess it's still considered healthcare, right? Because now I'm starting to realize, all right, yes, at my job, I love my job, right? I love it. Mm-hmm. However, it do not pay me enough to I can't even survive. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even survive off that, let alone live. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, and I know I have to go back to school, but I can't even afford to go back to school because my job don't even pay me enough to even do that. They'll help me, right?
Right.
But I got to come up with the money first, and then they'll reimburse me the money back.
Oh, see, I don't.
It's like, well, I don't even have the money to begin with, But okay, cool, whatever. It's really not that much. like for what I want to go to school for. It's not that much to like get my courses, to take my classes. It's like a 12-week program. That's not that long.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just to kind of get a little bit of extra money. However, I'm like, I need something different because it's not going to get me where I want to go. So I haven't applied yet. I kind of like half applied, but I'm waiting for some like more information. But I'm applying for this job, right? That I think it's still in healthcare, right? It's like a pharmaceutical company. So I mean, if we're dealing with meds, healthcare, but it's more of, it's kind of a mix of what I used to do. Like it's warehouse environment, you know, but still in the healthcare, and it makes money, right? Makes money. And I'm like, bet I could just do that, and that could really help me pay for like certain things that I want. You know what I mean? Like it would really help jumpstart a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think I mean, is it a career? I think I could possibly build a career off of it, right? Or at least it would help me navigate where I want to go, what I want to do. But yeah, I'm kind of like in that transition of like, all right, I got to find something new. Do I love my job? Yes. But it's not doing X, Y, and Z for me.
Yeah.
And I've always been like an advocate for like, it's not always about the money. But when you got a child,
You know what?
when you got a child and you just want to live life and not just survive, it's like, well, they gotta be in the same realm. You know what I mean? Like money and enjoying your job has to be at least close to each other, you know?
Right.
And seeing that my job, like there's women that have been there for years, like 20 plus years, and are barely making $20 an hour. You mean to tell me you put 20 years of your life in this job with this company, and I don't even think they're making $20. They're close to 20.
Oh no.
To me, there's just no way. I can't say at a job like that. You know? Even though I do enjoy my job so much and I love the company. But yeah, so I'm kind of like in that transition of, you know, of looking elsewhere and exploring other options. Do I want to go back to a warehouse? No. But if you mean to tell me what, that money sound about right now.
I'm thinking 20 years. But you know, them boomers, okay, well, I don't know if they're boomers or not, but they're, you know, them older folks, they don't believe in leaving.
Yeah.
At least a lot of them don't. I know some of them, it's like, oh, I have the range to option to, you know, but
then could that be, okay, like I know that they still like live within us and like they still have to pay kind of like what we pay, but could it be because like what if they had their house before all this happened? So it's like your house bill, your mortgage is way cheaper than what apartments are even going for.
oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, well, you ain't even got to pay much, or you could have been well established by the time, you know, things really started going crazy. And it's like, you're not even, like, you don't have to, I guess, pay as much when it comes to, like, certain things like that, you know? I mean, I'm sure some do. Not to say that they don't, but.
And a lot of them probably married. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A lot of them probably married. And so they got, you know, two incomes. They probably, you know what? This is just a little tip, just a little whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Some teachers that I've worked with, they're like, I don't even have to do this. I don't even have to do this for real. Yeah. We don't even need this money. I'm just like, oh, first off, happy for you, okay? You're living my life. And they're like, I just enjoy, you know, teaching children and coming out the house and da da da. Like, or even a lot of the substitutes or paraprofessionals, like, they're like, I don't even have to do this for real. I'm doing this out the kindness of my heart. Like, I'm doing this for service. I'm doing this, da 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 da. You know, we got it, you know? And, but a lot of them do be older. So I'm just like, I don't know, like, cause hearing that, especially if like majority of them are women, I feel like a lot of them was like, oh, this is something for me to get out the house and do. Like, we don't even need this. Or some that probably do need it. You know, I don't know. But I just know that there's been like a handful of women that'll be like, oh, I ain't got to do this for real. Like, so when it comes to all of that, they're just like, oh, this is just something for me to do.
Yeah.
Just like, that's very fortunate for you. No haterade over here. I'm actually happy for you because that's the kind of life I want. Like, I want to go out and do a thing because I have the option to, not because I have to.
Right.
But then again, I feel like it's like still 20 years ain't not getting that much.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Yeah,
this is such a good company.
I remember that was a problem when I was working at this before in after school care. When I left Jersey, that first job I had, I think they were starting me at 14 or 15. And I was like, I have a college, and this was back in this was back when prices weren't like this. But prices were even better when we were younger. But this was back in 2018. And rent was only $700 something. And I liked my first apartment.
Yeah.
I just didn't have washer and dryer, but I really liked it. Was a nice space. But yeah, I was like, I have a degree, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I remember my mentor like saying, push for 15, push for at least 15. Back then, that was a lot to like start off with from college. And I think they landed on 14 something. And I think by the time I left, it probably went up to 50. I can't remember. I remember there was like, no, we want to give you room for like improvement. Girl, some kind of fluff, like tomfoolery. Because
what?
When I got there, same situation. Like, and we be putting in work, okay? Before and after school caring for these kids, before and after school. Like, girl. And then we was always short staffed. And then my assistant or assistants wasn't making, I think it was making 11, 12.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, what the heck is this? And then and that was the main complaint that a lot of the directors had was like, there's been directors who's been here for years who dang near started with like when the company started. And they're not even getting 15.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not even hitting 19. And they're like, yeah, we get $1 raise like every 2-3 years. I said, absolutely not. I will not be here. You will not overwork me. Yeah. And they was like, oh, but Mr. Brown, you can move up and da da da. In what, 5 years? Like, no.
Right.
No. And I was putting in work. And not just me, like we were all, but it takes so much to run a program, to manage it, safety, everything. It takes so much to run a program. And to only get paid that much. No, I'm going ghost. Danny Phantom, okay? Like, you ain't got to worry about me.
My goodness.
What the heck? So, yeah, girl, no, I definitely, and then, like you said, on top of that, when you have a child, and when I was down in Houston, like, when my other school district let me go for no reason, when I went over to the other district, the wage they wanted to start me off with, I did do that for like a week, and then I went to another school. But I was like, this isn't even a livable wage. I feel like it should be illegal to pay someone $12. Like,
illegal.
there's got to be some kind of scheme going on here. Like,
Yeah.
why aren't you giving people a livable wage?
Yep.
And then I was talking with my siblings. I was talking with my brother, and I was like, it's crazy because I feel like when the wage does go up, so does the cost of living. So
Yeah.
you're still at a huge gap.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so
Messed
crazy.
up.
Yeah.
And kind of keep us where we're at. There's really no sort of movement.
Yeah. So I said, Mom, I got to become a millionaire.
Yeah. Gotta play that lottery. No, I'm just kidding. But see, I think that like with us talking about what is it even called? I guess like wages. I think that is like it's kind of a scary thing of when you are transitioning into a different career. Is because if you're going into something completely different, you're starting from ground zero. You know what I mean? You may have certain experiences that cross over, but it's like, well, I don't have years of experience in certain things. So like in healthcare, I can't just jump into it. I could probably do like some, I don't know, rep position, you know what I mean? But like to really get into it, it's like, I got to build stuff. I got to like build my way in. So you do start at like a lower wage. And it's like, sometimes even with that, it's like, I can't really move up. Like, where is the growth? A lot of companies do not have growth. Like, you say, oh, yeah, you know, you're able to move around and do whatever. No, you're not. I gotta wait for so-and-so to retire. You know what I mean? And then it's like, I'm not.
No, you're right. Because they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. And it's like, y'all not looking at me at the next person because whoever was waiting longer than me. You know what I mean? They waiting for them to leave. So it's like, I don't know. That's probably a whole nother thing. But when it comes to like companies and stuff, but like, I don't know. I think when transitioning to a different career, wages, that plays a big part. Because I know when I went into healthcare, I got a pay cut. So like, if I would have stayed doing what I was doing, and if I just would have waited out and moved my way up, I mean, I would have been making pretty decent money. Right? Especially now. But I wanted something different, and I wanted to try it out, and I got a pay cut. And now I'm just like, look, this pay cut ain't it. Especially seeing that I cannot move.
Right.
You know, and I even told my supervisor, I said, hey, I let her know, well, kind of, a little hint, that like, hey, because I had to ask her, like, does this company, like, do they pay for education? Because I want to further my education. And so that's dropping little breadcrumbs, like, all right, you give me about a year, I'm going to be gone because I can't move nowhere. You know what I mean? Like at all, like within that, them women have been there for years. Ain't no new positions opening up. And I'm not next in line to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, going into what you said about changing careers and then having to start at the ground up, even though you got transferable skills. And that's where I'm just like, if I got some transferable skills, I should be able to be placed wherever, because if anything, it's just a system that has to be learned. And that's what my auntie told me. Yes, she was like, you don't, because did she go to, I can't, my auntie's like elderly, okay. But she was like, literally, you can work like a lot of jobs. I'm not going to say any, but just, you can work a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
The main thing is they just have to train you. And okay, that's a whole nother discussion. But I want to get into training. But before I get into training, I want to talk about transferable skills because y'all, I'm in the field of, I go back and forth between social services and education. I did healthcare. I did hospitality. I did manufacturing. I did all of that. Okay. Your girl is was everywhere. Okay. When it comes to working, cause I'm always trying to leave education and we're going to get into that too. But
Yes.
with education on social services gets to be too much. I'm like, okay, where else can I grow? Where else can my skills transfer to where I can do my thing? And I was like, okay, bet I'm gonna go to hospitality. I'm gonna work my way up and I'm gonna become a manager and da da da. Yeah. I applied to be first I applied to be a coordinator because I've been a director before. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and it was before after school care, youth services, all of that. But at the end of the day, I got assistants. I have to figure out logistics. I have to figure out protocols, procedures, policies, making sure we in code. Like a director is a director is a director.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm applying to be a coordinator, which is a little lower. And I'm just coordinating. I'm just figuring out logistics. And when I went to the hotel, they were like, you do have transferable skills, but they was like, but within hospitality, they love to see that you've been in the field and that you're familiar with, the hotels and how they're ran and how they operate. And I'm just like, but it's just, you're still working with people. In my defense, I was like, you're still working with people. You're figuring out logistics. You're doing partnerships. You're doing budgeting. You're just managing. Everything else is like, I'll learn as I go. Yeah. But girl, I was like, oh my gosh, this is.
Basically, what they were saying is, we don't want to train you.
Okay, now we can go into training. We can go into training. I love how you just broke that down, Alex. Now we can get into that discussion. I was like, how am I going to get back over there? Girl, perfect leeway. Because no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because they had me and they was like, oh, you'll make a great front desk, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, at this time in my life too, I was in just like I was in a dark space at the time as well. And I was like, I don't want to be greeting nobody. I don't want to be, and they're like, oh, you are the face of the staff, the face of the hotel. When people first come in, they see you. They don't see the managers. They don't see the coordinators. They see you. And any 2,900 questions they have, they're going to ask you. And I was like, I don't want to be up there. Like, put me in the back somewhere. And they're like, no, we need front desk for blah, blah. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, for the first couple of weeks, I was like, just a little upset because I'm like, what the heck? Mm-hmm. What the heck? How did I go from a director to a front desk manager? Not manager, excuse me, a front desk attendant. No shade.
Yeah. But it's like, you have what it takes to do that job, but they don't see it. So it's like, I'm not. So you think that I belong up here, and like you said, no shade to it, but it's like, I know I have skills that could really help y'all company. It's just y'all not seeing that, and that is hurtful. You know what I mean? It's like, well, dang, like, what you mean? I gotta be up here. Like, what you mean? This is where you see me.
And they're always like, oh, but you can work your way up and don't get me, but it's the thing. I don't have the time. And that was my thing. I was like, yeah, I can work my way up. You can, cause they love to transfer you to different hotels, as well. So, you do a little travel here and there, but still I was just like, yeah, I can, but do I want to stick it out? Because I feel like the hotel manager went from, I think he served in the Army or Navy or something for a little bit. And then when he came back, he started off as a front desk agent. Oh, no, I think he was a bellhop. He was something where he's like moving the little cart and helping folks over. And then he went to front desk. He was just going through like how he worked his way up from front desk agent to manager to coordinator, whatever, just working his way up till he became a hotel manager. And now he's living a life. Literally, this man goes on vacation. Okay. Don't blame him. But he was just like, and I see it in, huh?
How old is he? Or was he?
He's probably in his he probably had to be early 40s.
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah, late 30s, early 40s. Definitely no older than 45 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. He was cute too. That man was. Anyway, but yeah, he was just like, I definitely see the potential in you. And then I remember having a discussion with him, and that's what I liked about, I guess, like that was kind of like the pros working in there. He was pretty cool and laid back. I like having but he was like the overall, he's the hotel manager, you know what I'm saying? So I had a direct supervisor, which was the front desk manager, but you know, he ran the hotel, and he would we would pull him aside and just talk to him sometimes, and he would give us little tips and stuff to do at the front desk, or just like how to move up basically. And he was just like, I'm telling you, Ryan, like you have the potential to move quick if you want to, but you got to go through the basics. You may have to do a little bit in the kitchen. You may have to do a little bit serving. You may have to do a little bit in the sales. And I'm just like, what the heck?
What the kitchen got to do with being a manager?
Because he was like, it's good to know the ins and outs. And he was like, I worked in every department. And I was just like, oh, I hear you. But again, my mind is like, you should have started off as a coordinator, okay? And I would have been running your events from here to Timbuktu. All right? Y'all keep them coming back.
Right.
Girl. And so I was just like, okay. Like, I hear you. But and then I remember talking with my manager, well, front desk supervisor. And he was just like, same with him, how he worked his way up and how he's a front desk supervisor. But the thing is, he's so good at his job that they pull him all over the country to train other front desk managers and attendants. And he's just a front desk. I don't say just, but he's a front desk supervisor. So he's making some good bank too. Okay. Yeah. But he's just so good that they're like, hey, come train our team. That's how good he is. And I was just like, man, I don't know. I guess I also kind of romanticized hospitality. Like, oh, I want to be, because I really wanted to be, I guess as a part of the sales team, when people come and you give them a tour of the place, and like, well, it gets kind of event coordinator as well. And then you go into like logistics of the kind of events and stuff you can host and all of that. So I guess it goes into, it didn't go into food and beverage too, food and beverage and sales. But I remember saying this to my manager, and we had a team to come from another property. And they was like, hey, Ryan, go give them a tour. I was like, what? It was like, yeah, go give them a tour of the place. Oh my gosh. I ate it down. Okay. And then they came back. They were like, oh my gosh, she is just so great. She knows this. She knows that. I was just talking off the fly. Okay. Anytime I could leave the front desk, they would give me like some kind of odd job or something, different to do. I'm running with it. Okay. Get me from behind this desk. Right. And I was just eating it up, and they was just eating it too. And they was like, oh my gosh, like she needs to be in blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, come over to our team.
Oh, wow.
Come over to our team and you could be a coordinator. And I was like, whoa. By this time I was like, I'm moving to Houston. So, but I was like, oh my gosh, they see me. But that's what was crazy. Because I was like, oh, they see me. But then again, part of me be like, oh, I was a front desk attendant. So they're probably, oh, she has that experience of something. And so, I don't know. But I feel like I just rambled for a little bit because I really wanted to get into training. Because I noticed that a couple years ago. Maybe we could cut all that out. But I noticed that not a couple years ago, starting in 2018, I guess when I first had the job market. Like, people don't want to train you for real.
No. Nope.
And then after I left my first directing job, everybody's like, oh, have 5 to 7 years of experience. I'm just like, what about us that just graduated?
Yeah.
Where do you think we're going to get this experience from? I mean, yes, we do internships. Yes, we work jobs on campus. But it's like, we're not come with that experience for real. So, yes, we do go to entry level because, well, then again, we are just out of college. So I get that. But it's like, even some years after graduation, still wanting that experience. So it's just like, oh my gosh, I have the experience, but not the years that you're looking for. And if anything, they'd be like, oh, come knowing this software, come knowing this, come knowing that. And I was like, you could just train me.
Yeah.
And I'll run it down for you. Like, and I was like, wow, they don't want to train you for real. Not for real.
No. And I've noticed at one of my jobs, where I was like, they wanted me to become a coordinator, right? They were like, because I did start coming in. I was just a worker, basically, right? And I was able to move myself up, but it's because they saw something in me. Because my intentions was to never move up. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I'm just here. You know what I mean? Like, I just came back to the city. I need money, and y'all paying me, so I'm just here trying to get my life back together.
I need money.
Yes. But I feel like they do kind of like train who they want. So I feel like they saw, because I was quiet. I say to myself, listen, you know how I be, just leave me alone. But I feel like literally picked me and was like, we want you to do this, regardless if I want to do it or not. You know? That's what not like they were like forcing me, but like they were putting me in positions to do the job. So like that's where I became I was like over like an area, like by myself, like, you know, kind of like telling people, hey, do this, you know, do that kind of thing. And then wanted me to move in a different position. And I'm just like, hey, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. But I feel like they were trying to convince me, like, hey, but you'll be so great for this. And they were literally training me even when I said no. But it's like, oh, well, you're like the next best person to do this. So like when she was gone, it was like, well, we had no one else but you. It's like, okay, I see what y'all doing here. Like, okay. Which if I would have stayed, I probably would have been making bank. You know what I mean? Like, what? I probably have been good. But it was stressful. That's the place I was having nosebleeds at. Like, that's how stressful it was. Yeah. But like, I've noticed that I would say with certain companies, obviously, that they really do train the people that they want. But then some, it's like, I don't know, like I'm like with my job now, she was actually glad that I didn't have any experience, because she said that sometimes people who have the experience think they know it all. And it's like, nah, I'm gonna need y'all to actually learn our system. Stop going based off other systems, because ours is different, or it could be different, or we do things differently here. So I need you to relearn, relearn the stuff. So she was kind of glad that I didn't have any experience in healthcare, because it's like, well, you're starting fresh and we can actually teach you the right way. Yeah. And so I think that should be like, I get with certain things, yes, to have experience. But like some things, it's like, just teach me and I will pick it up. You know what I mean? Some things, like, I feel like if you have the actual skill, or even if you have the drive to learn, you can really do a lot. Like, just train me. I have that drive to learn and to be good at it, or I could do anything. That's how I feel like I could do anything if you just teach me, you know? Because some stuff is just, I don't know. You don't really have to be, I don't know. I guess you really have to have the experience. I mean, yes, in some things, but
Yeah.
Companies be
Literally
lazy.
everything you said. Okay. They do. They do be lazy. But literally everything you said is a factor. Sometimes they do want you to come without experience. Sometimes they want you to come with years of experience. Sometimes, yeah, they just don't want to train you. All of that. All of that. And then especially navigating the job market now. But this is the thing. Ooh, this is the thing though. I have been applying for so many jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the point where it's like, oh, another rejection. Like that's not getting to me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's for me, it's just like, all right, God, when? That's what's really playing in my mind because the way my God is set up, he's bigger than this job market. And I keep saying this, but it's so true. He's bigger than whatever's going on in this job market with all these hiring freezes, with all these layoffs. Like he's bigger than that. And he knows I don't want a job, but I need a job. Okay.
Yeah.
And when I get the rejection letters, it's just like, okay, I'm not supposed to be there. That's how I'm taking it. Like it's just wasn't meant for me. I'm just now like, okay, God, when you gonna give me a job? When you gonna give me a job? Because I'm praying, Alex, that my next job is fulfilling. Like, I feel like the jobs that I've worked, and that's what they are. They're literally jobs.
Yeah.
I feel like these are areas where I was like, okay, you know what? Also, I will say this. If y'all listening to this and you're like in your maybe early 20s, in your 20s, I mean, I feel like you can always change your career. Don't ever think you're stuck in your career. But I'm glad that I did take the time to try other fields because I feel like curiosity kind of would aid me up. But yeah, I'm glad I did that. Because yes, I'm with everything that I worked. I feel like all those skills are transferable in themselves. If anything, they're always, what do you call it? I guess service jobs. Like I'm always doing a service for the people.
Yeah.
Or providing a service, you know. And I'm glad God allowed me that time and that I took the time to try them other fields. Because now, I remember us having this conversation, but now I'm just like, okay, I know the field I want to, well, honestly, it still is too. The fields I want to kind of continue to go back and forth with is social services and education, but mainly education. Nothing beats them breaks. Okay. Nothing beats the breaks, the scheduled in time off. Now you are going through it outside of those breaks, but something about them scheduled breaks is just, oh, it's so great for my mental and everything. But I'm not trying to go into, so I never became a TOR, teacher of record. But I am an educator. And that's the thing though, because I haven't been a TOR, it does make it harder to be in administration, but that's my goal and that's where I'm going in Jesus' name, because teaching in the classrooms, I can't do it anymore. I really can't. Like, I think I'm allergic at this point. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to do something that's going to make me good money, have fulfillment, and that also fits into my standard of living, like how I want to live.
Yes,
And Alex, I want to listen. I know we had tons of talks about this, but I want to live the high life. Okay, like your girl want to be just a luxurious place, a place of rest, place of peace, just having all that I need and want plus more to give, all of that. Like I want my cup to run over. And I'm not saying education is the place where I'm going to end it, because I'm going to own some businesses. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Education is just, I feel like it's my time to give back right now. Granted, it's always going to be time to give back, even when I get up there. I'm just saying that education is where I'm at right now at this point in my life. But overall, I want to create services and programs that caters to the community, to individuals, to families, to youth, and that really helps them in life.
Mm.
And that's where social services come into play. I have gone back and forth about going back to school, but I'm with you. And I keep telling my friends and like my family, like, I'm not going back unless somebody pay for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it come down to it and the good Lord's like, hey, you got the money, pay for it. But I don't want to come out of pocket for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything in my pocket, I want to keep. I do understand some things I have to pay for, but it's like, at the end of the day, I need somebody to come up out their pockets to pay for my education.
No, for real.
So as far as like career changes, I tried. Because my sister was in healthcare, and oh my gosh, like, oh, you can do so much, and you can do in healthcare. There's so much to do.
So much.
But it's like when I stepped in, and even talking with the clinic manager, he was like, "You don't have to stay in this position. Like, we can move you in this part of the clinic. We can," because my supervisor, whatever, went the best. And he was like, we can move you. Like, we can have you go here. You can do there. And the thing is, I love working in the hospital because I just like walking around. Like, if anything,
No,
I
for
love moving. I love walking around so that I can see myself being a coordinator, being somebody's assistant, running, giving presentations in the hospital. I loved it so much, but I just couldn't see myself really being there, honestly. And I feel like I tried to force it, and I couldn't. And then I went to hospitality. I only did manufacturing because I needed a job, okay? And it was paying well.
Hey, they do.
So yeah, I feel like a place where I'm comfortable, and even though I keep running, well, I'm not running anymore, but when it got hard, I was like, okay, bump this, I'm doing something else. And then it's like, oh, here we go. Reverse it back to to education. So that's where I want to build my career, and it's where I want to be for a while.
Okay. So you feel like you can be content in education?
I do, honestly. Somebody's coordinator, director, assistant director, managing something. I just can't be. I don't want to be in the classroom.
Right.
I remember when I was a guest teacher, and I was about to quit during spring break because these kids ain't have a teacher all year, and then here I come fourth quarter, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like Mr. Brown, you could do it, you could do it." And well, I've been saying my name all the thing, whatever. And I was like, I don't know, Alex. When I went in there, them kids. I mean, kids will be kids, but I've never endured a situation like this. And it's because, and then this also showed me why it's so important to have structure from the beginning to the end. Because even though their teachers were changing like clockwork, there was tons of substitutes that came before me, but they left because it was so crazy. But I'm like, okay, even if they had subs, and a lot of the teachers were the subs too, there still should have been some kind of structure.
Yeah.
There still should have been some kind of policy and procedure. Like, y'all came in and y'all was lax with these kids too. It's not just the kids. You have them fourth period. You got them second period.
Yeah. This
classroom still should have had somebody's structure. So I'm coming into it and they giving me a hard time because they're like, oh, she just about to dip anyway. And was. And was. But when I tell you administration hopped in, because they was like, oh, no. Miss Ryan got to stay. Okay. Ryan got to stay. They was like, who we need to move around? Who we need to get out this classroom? But I tell you, I had kids in there that was destructive, tearing, like lifting up desks. I don't know if you saw that video of that student that threw a desk at a teacher. Mm-hmm. That boy lifted up that desk. I said, absolutely not. You got to raise up out of here. You got to go. I was just playing with your plan. I don't play like that. I don't play with kids. You got to go. And you can't come back.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Okay, period. Like, I told him, I said, XYZ, him, her, and them, either change their classroom around or they got to get up out of here. Like, why are you in 7th grade? Stack of cash. Flashing it throughout the... I said, what? Who? What?
Yeah.
Oh, mm-mm. And then I had a kid that would just get up and walk around as I'm trying to teach. And I'm like, what are you doing? You want to teach the class? No, you got it, miss. You got it, miss. You got something you want to say? Do you know what's going on with this lesson? Nah. We either sit down and get up out of here. I don't play like...
Yeah. Mm-mm.
For some kids, you gotta be tough. And in the beginning, and that's the thing, I'm not even that kind of educator. You know what I'm saying? I like to have fun. But they didn't see that fun side of me till maybe the last 2 weeks. Truly. Because that iron fist had to be down those last 3 months, 4 months. It really did. In order to get some kind of structure, let them know this ain't that, this ain't what it was. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting back to that point. And they're like, oh, Miss Ryan's mean, Miss Ryan's strict, Miss Ryan, da. She has to be, because if not, y'all will go buck wild up in here.
Yeah.
And I don't play that.
You're like building that respect. I need y'all to respect me. Right. As your teacher, because y'all think y'all could just do anything and everything. Because, like you said, why is you walking around a room? Oh, you must think the rules don't apply to you. No, sir, sit down. Like, what? No, because that would throw me off. Like, what are you doing,
girl? Literally, and then 2 of them would do that in the same period. I said, why are y'all in the same class together?
Right.
Why they do that? Because there was a good, I would say at least 5 of them that would like piggyback off each other. Girl. I said, oh, okay, well, we got to change our schedules around. What? This ain't gonna fly. I ain't gonna get to the sports court with y'all acting like this. I don't even know y'all. I said, this is my first time meeting you, and this is how you want to show up? I don't even know you. And this is how you want to present yourself? I don't know you either, miss. Regardless, this how you want to show? I said, how you acting and show me how your parents are raising you. And they was like, And I'm just like, you showing me who your parents are. Like, you showing me where you come from. And this is how you choose to show up? And this is my first time meeting you? What you trying to say, miss? What you trying to say? What statement do you want to make? And I never had to get, even with them kids in North New Jersey, boy, they was rough too. Okay. But they like, them East Coast folks, they be like so hard on the outside, but like soft on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So like, even with them, it took some time, but we was cool. Okay. We was kicking it. But these kids, this is Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, what? Who do you think you are? Like, what is going on here? What is going on here? Like, this ain't gonna fly. This ain't. I had to get out. And then that's the thing. Like, I was so drained at the end of the day because I don't even operate on that kind of level. I like to come in chill. I like to come in kicking it, like, And over time, we did get there with some of the classes. Some of the classes was just 100 to 100 from the beginning to the end. Jesus. But a lot of the students did mellow out, like did what they were supposed to do. Like, but I was just like, ooh, I don't know if I can ever step foot in the classroom. This was a lot. But then here I am down in Houston, kicking in the classroom. But even with them kids, it wasn't like, I feel like that gave me the experience to like let me know I could handle it.
Yeah.
You know? And then coming out of these kids, it was like, okay, y'all doing all that rah-rah, but they ain't moving me. Sit down.
Because you already been through.
Okay. Girl.
Some other kids was going, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, I get that. I do have a question.
Administration, please.
Right. Leave them kids alone. Because I couldn't. Okay, this is a side note. Mm-hmm. And it definitely, I'm looking at this lady. This is definitely has nothing to do with it, but it popped in my head, okay? So we were at Dollar Tree, me and my daughter, right? And I'm looking at calendars. This old lady goes by and was like, she like reached out to try and touch my daughter's like little bows. She didn't touch it, but she like reached out and got close. And she's like, oh, I just love her little the bows, or like love her hair or something like that. Like as she was walking by, she didn't even stop. I'm glad she didn't stop to talk, because why would you do that?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is definitely random. But since you're talking about kids. And I've noticed a lot of older women you doing too much. And when a lot of older people in general, if you see a baby, it's, oh, they want to stop and talk. Oh, she's so cute. It's like, all right, okay. But like that right there, I hate that. Like I should have slapped that lady's hand. Right? I really should have slapped it, because don't do that. Because if you would have touched her hair, you would have touched her, and don't do that.
Yeah. But
like even that same day, which this guy didn't do anything wrong. I think he was trying to make conversation, but I'm not good at like, sir, it's small talk. I'm only gonna say a few things. But we were at the car wash, and he did help me open the door because I had her car seat, single mom thing, just
right.
And he held the door open. And he said something like, he saw me take her out. He was like, oh, she's so cute. He was an older guy too. Oh, she's so cute. All that stuff. I'm like, oh, thank you, whatever. And like, I feel like people just were standing around me. Like, why are you guys around? Like, I was literally like in defense mode. It was weird. Because this other lady came and she had a dog. And she was standing like right there behind him by the side while he was like talking to me a little bit. I'm like, maybe they're together. No, they're not. They weren't together. They had two separate cars. They didn't know each other. They didn't talk to each other. And then I'm looking out the window trying to have this moment with my daughter. Like, it's a car wash. She's never seen one before. She's about to see these things move. Well, this lady with the dog comes standing right next to me, looking out the window. It's the same window. Man, there's 3 other windows you can look out. Why are you next to me with your dog? You know? And I feel like she kept looking over at us. So I looked at her like, hi. You know what I mean? Like, girl. Like, y'all, the guy wasn't weird. He wasn't acting weird. He tried to make small talk and was like, how, before, when, basically before it used to be easy, but now you got like your hands full, kind of like with, having a kid.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it is a lot. And then she comes around and it's like, all right, ma'am, you're making it weird. Because now are y'all in cahoots together and y'all trying to get me and my daughter? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That would have been it's not even that. But these days, you literally never know. I mean, we're at the point now where they say don't help the older ladies at the grocery store.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because they could be scheming.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that was random. I don't even know what you even said triggered that thought in my head to even go there. But okay, back to what we was talking about. I do have a question though for you. Um, did you ever doubt any of your decisions that you made to like go into different fields?
I will say no, because honestly, before I even made the decision to go, I always saw myself at the top. Like, I saw myself at the top every time. I was like, oh, hospitality? What? Put me as director. What? I could be running that hotel. Okay. And that's the thing. I feel like I always, I don't know. I guess I wasn't really realistic about how it works. Cause I'm so familiar with social services, and it's like, if you could do a thing, it's not even about experience. I feel like if anything, it's about being able to manage, being able to handle tough situations. And if they see that you can do that and you're organized, they're going to put you up. Like, and so that's all I knew. And I was like, oh, I can do this anywhere. Like, I can do this anywhere. So, yeah, before hospitality, it was healthcare. And, oh gosh, the only reason I went to healthcare too is because my sister was in it. And then my sister-in-law was in it as well. And she was like, oh, so many things. And I just keep hearing like, and then again, my internship was in the hospital. So I was like, okay, I enjoyed the hospital. So let me go ahead and do this. And I can come in and do this, and this, But when I got in that environment, I just felt like, maybe this isn't where I want to be long term.
Yeah.
So I went back to education. Education got rough. Let me raise up out of here. No, not education, social services. Dang, they're the same thing. And I say that because even in social services, again, I was a director over a community center. You're still an educator, non-traditional educator, but you're still educating these kids and your staff. And I was like, man, I'm tired of running these teams that just don't want to work for real. Like, it's hard being a supervisor or manager. So I said, let me go somewhere where I ain't got to manage nobody for real. So I just been bouncing around. But then, when I got to hospitality, I was like, okay, I could definitely be somebody's coordinator and then work my way up.
Yeah.
But then when I got there and they're like, yeah, we're going to start you here, I was so thrown off. I was like, this wasn't in my vision. Like, and then I was like, but I got the skills. And then when they hit me with, but not in hospitality. What do you think social services is? No, I'm not in the hotel industry, but I'm providing a service. I'm managing everything I said before. Like, I'm doing all of that. So, when making these career changes, because I honestly was seeing them as careers, not just something I'm going to do for a little bit. I saw myself being in healthcare. I saw myself being in hospitality, not manufacturing, because I was just whatever. Even with education, it's like, okay, I'm going to work up in education, because I did start off in education, and then I went to social services. So I would say even in social services, I was like, okay, I can see myself running, like, and not just running it, but like being the main decision maker within whatever org I'm in.
Yeah.
So I did apply for a lot of administrative jobs. So every time I moved, I saw myself up there. But then when I moved, they were like, like, you got to start at ground zero like the rest of us. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't want to be here I don't want to do that.
Right.
And now, yes, there will be some moments where it does cost for you to work your way up. And it is good to know the system you're going into.
Yeah.
But I'm also an advocate of transferable skills.
Yeah. I am too.
Yeah. So then I guess my question for you, because I want to talk about this as well, like as we get into our careers, what is something that how can I form this question? So a point that I'm making is being intentional of prioritizing rest, even in a crazy work life. And you're a mom too. So even with the busy schedule, like, how are you going to go into this next position and prioritize you in the mix?
Wow, that's a good question. Dang, that is a really good question. So, I mean, I feel like I have kind of gotten now into a routine, right? Where I am showing myself some love, right? But I know with trying to transition, and I'm hoping that it works for me, that I am probably going to have to figure everything out because I don't know. I see a part of me thinks like that might have to be on hold because I don't know how to, and I've been trying to think of ways, but I don't know how to manage, okay, take care of my daughter, work a job. I got these goals set, so I do want to go to school. So that's going to take time. I mean, your job already take up over 8 hours because you got to commute and do all that stuff. And then
Right.
It is a lot. And I wouldn't mind putting myself on hold, right? To then become established and then I can get back to it. Because I've shown myself that I can always get back to it regardless. You know what I mean? Like I went a long time without and now I am showing it. So I will say like I have thought, and this is why I say it's going to be like a little different because this job that I'm trying to get into, it will help me reach a lot of my goals. Like I will even be able to pay for my education. And I can see if they like, help. I gotta look into that actually, that company, see if they will help that. But like, if they don't, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I obviously gotta build up for it, but like I will be good. But like it's going to be a different change because since it is like that type of like warehouse manufacturer kind of job, it is a third shift job.
They do pay more on third shift.
Girl, what I said, sign me up. In which
that's where I was.
And I'm like,
graveyard shift.
Yeah. And I'm just like, wait, how could I do that with my daughter? Because it's only me. Her dad's not even here anymore. You know what I mean? So there's no backup. So, but I figured it out before even applying. Because I got to figure it out before I apply. Because what's the point? For me to get the job, like, nah, I can't do it now. You know what I mean? Like, turn it down because it don't fit into my schedule and what I have. But I'm like, okay, I work at night when she's asleep. Right now I stay with my mom. So my mom, thankfully, can watch her or be with her while she's asleep. But then daycare in the morning, she's going to daycare to keep her on a schedule, to have her be educated, whatever. Perfect time for me to go to sleep. I get home, get her ready, go off to daycare. Time to go to sleep. Then I can actually spend quality time with her before I go to work, before she has to go to bed. So it's like, I think within that time is like, I guess where I can find, am I answering your question? Okay. Yeah. That I could find time within that, you know what I mean? And I think it just it would just take work of, once I get my schedule set, I gotta fit it in. I gotta figure it out. I gotta fit it in. I do want to touch on like with sleep, how you mentioned earlier. Before having my daughter, sleep was like I could sleep 9 hours. You know what I mean? Like sleep. Now it's like I'm good off 6. Just give me 6, and best believe I'm gonna have energy. You know, I feel like my
Wow.
yes. And before, if I slept 6 hours, it's like I'm drained. Like I can't do nothing. But now it's like, give me 6 hours and I'm good. And I won't even go to bed early the next night. Like I'm gonna go to bed at the same time I did the night before, and wake up at 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? Going to bed at 12 p.m. Like not 12 p.m. 12 a.m. like midnight, and then wake up at 6. Sometimes even later. So I feel like my body chemistry has changed after having her. But yeah. So yeah. Because even like what? Last night I was supposed to go to sleep. I said, get some rest. No, I didn't go to sleep until 2. And I only slept for 6 hours. You know what I mean? I even like, okay, let me go back to sleep. My body was like, girl, wake up. You trying, but like, it's time to get up.
Oh, that's
You
that.
know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's just, I just got to put in the work. I think right now is kind of like grind mode. You know, like I have to become established. And I don't want it to be like where I'm just so like tunnel vision and then I get lost in the mix, you know? But like, I think I have learned this past year or so of how to manage that. You know, of how to, okay, give myself a little love, but make sure all these other things are good. Whether that's paying bills, making sure my daughter's good, having all that stuff good. So, yeah.
Okay. And
I feel
no,
like,
that is intentional living, intentional rest, especially, being a single mom. Like you have to literally get it how you live
yeah.
and try to schedule it. Just be very thoughtful, intentional about your time.
Yeah. Which I am grateful that I have like the people around me and the family that I have. Because my mom helps. When I say my mom helps so much, she helps so much. Even like his mom helps so much. Like daycare, the daycare that she's at now is closed Mondays and Fridays. Well, he's not here anymore. Yeah, because she's a teacher, so she's only doing daycare in the summer. So yeah, so and then she's like, I need my Mondays and Fridays off. But it could be, I think it's to also get extra money because her daycare, it's not like the other daycares where the price is like, it's cheap. Like it's very affordable. So, but, his mom was able to take off work to watch her on Mondays because I couldn't take off. I'm able to take off Fridays. I was able to use my PTO to do that. But like, I don't know. It's just having people who are super helpful in those moments because, he's not here and he can't help because he's in a whole different state. So it's like, I'm grateful for the people that I do have.
It really does take a village.
Yeah. Especially when you're single doing it. Yeah. Even when you're not single, you still need
Yeah.
people. Like, you
Yeah.
do. But yeah. I just want to put that out there. I am grateful.
Yeah. So for me, I tell myself when I go into my next position, I feel like I've been doing this anyway, like taking PTO.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I want to be, I guess, intentional and like strategic on how I take my days off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen on TikTok or Lemonade, like how they're like, when you start the job ask for these days off, it is always like that Friday or that Monday right before or after the holidays. So you can have yourself like that 3-day
weekend.
Yeah.
Or 4
And then, right. And I was like, I want to take PTO without feeling guilty.
Oh,
Cause why am I feeling guilty? Why? Oh my gosh. And I just feel like, ooh, Alex, I just feel like, gosh, I guess just being on social media, it's just showing you how like these jobs really, you're replaceable. You know what I'm saying? Like you're replaceable.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think, was it last year or earlier this year? Or was it 23? Where it's like, I think 3 women or 2, but they were over these colleges, but I can't, like the universities. Were they like the chancellor? They were something, or the provost. They were like high up. One walked off stage and immediately collapsed. She passed away. And then one, I think it was in her office and passed away. And I'm like, Jesus, Lord, like, oh, and my coworker in Houston, he had a seizure in our classroom. And it was just me, him, and the kids. Yeah. He had a whole seizure. And he said the doctor told him it was stress.
Yeah.
And one thing my mother preached to me all the time, because like I do deal with a lot of, I don't know, I'm still learning how to manage my stress. That's why I feel like God gives me these little periods of like no jobs, because he knows your girl be stressing and the cortisol be high. Like, and I really want to regulate my nervous system because I can get anxious. Outside is like, okay, she chilling, but inside I'm going crazy.
Crazy. Yes.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to operate on that kind of level. And then when I was with them kids at that period, stressing.
Blood pressure going up.
Girl, I mean, I was calling days off like clockwork. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause it's like migraines. I get migraines sometimes. Like migraines are bad. Then my stomach would be so upset. And I was like, oh no, I can't move like this. Yes, I can't do that. So with my next position and so forth, I really want to be intentional about being in tune with my body, giving myself mental, what is it called? Mental health breaks. A mental health day. And then, also something I said I want to start doing is solo traveling, but I want to start traveling on the weekends. So I'm really like, even if it's just the next city over or a staycation or I find somebody's beach for 24 hours, like oh my gosh. Well, first off, I have so much time to think about my life. I just want to be so intentional of how I live from when I get my money up, okay, till the day I leave this earth. I want to be so intentional about rest. I do know certain seasons are going to call for the grind. It's just inevitable.
Yeah.
But even in the grind, I still want to prioritize me when I become a mom, when I become a wife, when I become an entrepreneur. Like, I still want to learn or keep in that mode of like, you have to take care of you. And yeah, I understand getting lost in the sauce here and there, but still like you said, like finding my way back to me and rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, PTO will be taken without guilt. Cause I feel like a lot of these supervisors don't make it easy either. Like when we went to Virginia Beach, She was like, oh, you're going to leave at a time like this? I have an assistant director who should step up to the plate. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to take off right now.
Yeah.
Girl. And it's like, no, I'm not going to be. Also, I'm going to do my workload. I know every time you get these positions, they be like, if we give you another task that's on your job description, why are you doing that? First off, like, oh, these people just love to get over.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm actually, developing a voice. I feel like I always had one, but when it came to the work, it was like, okay, whatever, I'll just do it because I know how to do it. I could just do it. But now it's like, I'm going to stop you right there. I have this on my workload right now and I can't do that.
Right.
Like, or whatever professional wording. Because for me, I don't like playing those kind of politic office games.
Oh.
Let's just keep it 100. Keep it straight. No gray area. I'm not doing that. I already got enough on my plate as it is.
No, seriously.
So, yeah, PTO will be taken. And yeah, I want to be intentional, like strategic about how I do my PTO, because that's how I'm going to plan my vacations. And then also I had to learn, this is just a little side note. People in your workplace is not your friend. And I know we get told that over and over again, but I could just be so friendly. And I'm not that I'm calling these folks my friend off gate. It's just like even in little conversations that you just share with them, you got to be careful of that. Like we could just be casually talking. They be running their business down, but it don't get repeat out of my mouth.
Right.
I say a little something. Oh my goodness. Take it and run with it. I was just talking about like my PTO and how I'm going on vacation. Now the whole office know where Ryan's going on vacation. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? And it's like, oh, they seem so innocent. But no, it's like if I wanted to share with the class, I would have shared with the class.
Right.
Okay? If I wanted to share with the whole office, I would have told them. But when I saw that girl did that, I said, oh, let me be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just show up, do what I got to do. And y'all ain't got to know about my business. Like, even something as little as that, I did not like that. I did not like that at all. Because I had the doctors, oh, Ryan, I hear you're going on the Carnival Cruise. I'm just like, what? Take lots of pictures. I did not have fun. Be safe. And I was just like, and then I get on the cruise and I'm getting the email from HR. Hey, you actually didn't have enough PTO. Huh? Why was it approved then?
Yeah. That don't make sense.
That place was something else anyway, but you work in these schools, especially in these school systems, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I learned to zip the lip.
I was just going to say with the PTO thing, that's one thing I do love about this job. Listen, them women there, no, I'm just kidding.
My bad.
But the women there, they use PTO like crazy. They're like, they get tons of PTO because they've been there for a long time. They get like the max PTO. So they racking in PTO. They could literally take probably 2 days off in a month, if not more, and be good. Like they could, because they'll rack it up the next paycheck. It's like, that's how they move it. So me, I'm like, oh, bad. I'm not making as much PTO as y'all, but like, yeah. Because this month, I took off the holiday, obviously the holiday, which we had to pay for our holidays. But took off that holiday, I took off this Friday, and next Friday I'm off too. I'm going to see you. Which, everyone's really cool when it comes to like taking PTO. Like, supervisor is like, cool, just let me know, and she'll approve. If you have it, she'll approve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like even letting her know that I'm going to be in late. Super understanding. Okay, you can just make up your time. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like, work is still getting done. And that's what I love about this job. And when it comes to other companies and jobs, you literally only get 40 hours max, and you can't make nothing. You can't get no more than that in a whole year.
Girl.
I've been done went past 40 hours on my PTO. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I hate about companies. And that's why I don't want to leave my company. But it ain't paying me. I wish companies just did that more.
Okay, just have it be a universal thing. And I would say, like, working in healthcare and working for the city,
Yeah, the city too. For like the state.
yeah, their benefits.
Yeah.
And when I say benefits, I'm talking PTO.
Yeah. Yes.
Because, yeah, they got all that educational stuff, all that. But it's like, I love that you could work and rack it up.
Yes.
Not giving me a set 5 days or...
Literally. Like 5 days for the whole year.
Girl.
The whole year. That's where it's like, yo, I have a kid, and if she's sick, I gotta take off. Because there's no one else to watch her because she's sick. She can't be in daycare. I can't even take a vacation with that. You know, like, what?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
It is. And all this micromanaging gotta stop. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot I did do remote work. Oh, that call center job. I love that because you was working from home, but that became stressful in itself. It's honestly the supervisors. You do make or break your team.
I'm sure.
All this micromanaging, all of this talking down on folks, like, oh my gosh. Anytime I get a whiff of that or feel of that, it's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. And it's like, oh, just stay down and do what you gotta do. My main thing is to, again, Danny Phantom and go ghost. Okay, take flight. I pray about it before I do. I pray about it before I do, but it's just like, oh my gosh. When I was working from home, my first manager, she was young, but so lax. Like, oh my gosh, like, hey, I'm about to I'm logging on late because da da da, or like, hey, I got this to do, or maintenance in my apartment, da da da. I'm go a little bit over lunch, like all of that. But then she left to go finish school, and I get it. I get it. But then our next manager that came in, OMG, just the worst. Because then her supervisor was taking over our team, and she was the absolute worst. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was just a sunny day. And then every other day we get in the rain and the clouds. Like, it was just, our team just our morale went down, like, because of our manager and the supervisor. Like, you really do make or break your team.
Yeah.
If you don't trust your team or team member, like, talk to them, put them on some kind of plan. Like, but to be snarky, to be just overbearing, like,
yeah.
For what?
Right. All right. Do you have any last points?
I'm going to be a billionaire.
I believe it for you. Yeah.
No, well, yes, sorry, I don't want to dismiss that, but
right.
at the end of the day, if you think you'll have fulfillment somewhere else outside of your current career, I always say take the leap and try.
Yeah.
Definitely pray about it first, but take the leap and try.
Because you never know. And then you go your whole life just being curious about it and thinking, like, what if?
Yeah.
I believe that too. And definitely when transitioning, it's kind of like, make sure it works for you and like your family, or if you're single, just for you, and have like a plan almost set. Not that you have to stick by that plan, but it's some sort of guide.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely go for
I
it.
agree.
All right. Well, I guess we can end this episode. So thank y'all for listening. And if y'all, I was about to say, I forgot that fast. But yes, thank y'all for listening. And we will talk to y'all next time.
Yep. And again, let us know what you would like to talk about, or if you have any comments, opinions, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for picking up the call.
All right. Bye.
Bye, y'all.